top apps to integrate with either Xero or QuickBooks. So there are three similar tools called HubDoc, Receipts Bank, now called Text, and Auto Entry. So depending which of those software is used by your clients, or perhaps which one is actually works for you if you're using it and paying for it by yourself. All of those softwares actually really streamline and speed up the process of receipts reconciliation, and it doesn't matter which one you choose, you will benefit really a lot from using it. They have a mobile version, which means you can take a picture from your mobile and then download it streamlined directly to your either Xero or QuickBooks software. And from the point of price, again, it depends. For instance, HubDoc has a great menu integration to most used accounting softwares, including Xero and QuickBooks, and it's in free package with a Xero. So if your client's already using Xero, it makes sense to add HubDoc. And I will put the link below so you can have a look at the HubDoc, more details about dashboard and some navigation. Auto Entry and Receipts Bank are very similar. The difference in terms of prices, the cheapest for Text or Receipts Bank is £27 a month, and with the Auto Entry you would use a credits. For example, you can buy 50 credits for £11 and so on. The benefits, of course, as I mentioned before, it's to streamline receipts processing. The process is that you take a picture and the system recognizes all information from receipts, including the net, gross, VAT amounts, and then it stores this information in the Receipts Bank or Text, and then you can publish it directly or save it as a draft to your accounting software for processing. So it's very easy, and I highly recommend you to look at it. The only limitation which I would like to warn you about from my experience only is, of course, that you need to double check every receipt before you publish it in accounting software. It can get really messy. Perhaps the amount wasn't correctly identified, or the supplier name or the date. So I will always run through comparison what's on the paper or what's on the invoice or what's on the receipt, and just check before publishing it, before proving it. So my biggest tip is to make sure you double check before publishing. Second, a lot of programs for payment. So I highly recommend you to look into Stripe or go cardless. In both cases, it's very similar price, from 1.5% plus 20p or 1% plus 20p. They both can accept UK and EU overseas cards. So of course it will be more expensive for overseas cards, but it's very good in terms of accepting payments online by card, or even by a direct debit. You can set up a direct debit on Stripe, for example. So highly recommend you to look at this and integrate in your accounting software Xero or QuickBooks. Last but not least, I highly recommend you do two apps for managing. First of all is Toggle, and I've been using Toggle for many years, even for personal tax tasks. What it does, you can track your time per project, per client. You basically just click the button Start, and it counts the time you spend on a project or a particular task if you're working on several clients in a day. And you can also set up automatic billing. So that means you put a price for a certain task, you can select it, start and finish that particular task on the Toggle, and then it produces the report, which is fantastic. You can attach this report to your invoice to show, to prove how much time you spend on a particular project or tasks, and then send it to your clients with invoice for payment. Then you can also track, there are great reports available, how much time you actually spend on projects, it's very flexible. You can download a mobile app as well for Toggle, and I highly recommend you to look at this. And the last app that I highly recommend you to look if you work with project management, it's WorkflowMax. I will also post the link below, so if you're interested to look at the WorkflowMax software. It saves you time, it's great for really narrowing down how much margin you're making at this point, the billable receipts, the quotes, and if the quote's been accepted or it's been revised. So I highly recommend you to look into this. It's also integrated with Xero and QuickBooks software, so you save time on entering this information into accounting software. I hope this video was useful. Please subscribe to my channel and I see you in my other videos.